Hi everyone, I'm Staci. Welcome to episode 2 of the Bargain Bandit, the board game edition. Today I'm going to talk about the things that I buy at yard sales and thrift stores and sell on eBay. And I'm going to focus on board games because board games is my little niche specialty. As you can see behind me, I have lots and lots of them. So we'll start the episode out with Staci made an oopsie. So I bought a copy of Risk, 1998 version in pretty good condition. It was $1.50, and I put it up on eBay with the, it was part of my free shipping experiment. I set it at $14.99 or for $15. Can't remember exactly what I set it at, but I set it at something like that with free shipping. And it went for $15.50. So there was only like 2 whole bids on the whole thing. And with free shipping, for anyone who doesn't know, Risk is a big, heavy game. When all was said and done, I really I didn't lose money on this one, but there was very little profit in the deal for me. So it was another one of those, free shipping doesn't work for me things. Now, one thing to know about board games is that most board games are not going to sell for very much. So you have to get them very cheap. And you have to be willing to be happy with, $2, $3, $4 profits. And I'm pretty happy when I make a $3 profit on a board game, unless it's an old, rare one, which I have a few of those. But for the most part, most board games, are not going to be, it's not huge profit, it's going to be about volume with board games. So the next game that I picked up was a game called Blunders. And it's a really interesting little game. It teaches kids manners, or adults, if adults want to learn some manners too. Table manners, how to be polite and that sort of thing. Cool little, game I'd never heard of. I paid $1 for it, and I sold it for $5. So I didn't make a lot of money on that, but I did okay. So another game I sold is a game called Sequence, and I actually have a copy of it here. This is the second copy I've bought. The first copy I paid $1 for, and I've already sold it. I sold that one again for $5, just like with Blunders. And Sequence is interesting. It's a game of strategy, and it's got this board full of cards. And you draw these cards here, and you place your chips on the board, and you're trying to fill up a line, get a sequence, basically, hence the name. So it's a cute little game. It's a family game. Kids can play with their parents, and it's not a real complicated game. And I did sell one, so when I saw a second copy of it, I picked it up because I know that it already sells. So thrift stores can be super frustrating if you're trying to pick up items to resell. And they're particularly frustrating in the board game department because they tend to overprice games that are newer. But they're less frustrating because they underprice games that are older. The more vintage the game is, the cheaper it is with them. The smaller the game is, the cheaper it is with them. So it's kind of an oddball thing where you can get a copy, try to buy a copy of Yahtzee that might be brand new, and they'll charge like $6 for it, and you could only get like $3 on eBay for that. But an old game, like for example, a game called Dragon Slayer from 1981, that was in a smaller box and everything. It was an old game. They only charged 69 cents for it. So I picked up that from a place called Thrift Town here in San Antonio, and so for 69 cents, it's an old vintage game based on a movie of the same name. I've never heard of either the movie or the game, but I'm sure it's a horrible movie. And so the game was only 69 cents, and I sold it for $9.99. So that one was a good deal. So the last game I'm going to talk about was another game I picked up from the same thrift store. It was $2.99 at the thrift store. I paid a little more for it because it was a game from 1979 and it was still in shrink wrap. It's called Foreign Exchange, and it's from the Avalon Hill bookcase collection. And anybody who's familiar with board games knows Avalon Hill has been around in board games for a really long time, and they still make some of the most popular board games for, true board gamers out there. So that one was a good purchase because I bought it for $2.99 and I sold it for $9.99. So that about wraps up this episode of the Bargain Bandits. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave you with 2 more board games that I have sold on eBay, and information about them. If you like the video, click like on my video thing. You can check out my auctions on eBay. I am Kraus House of Cards and Games, and we also have a website, kraushouseofcards.com. So thank you for watching.